Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Some wild news coming out early Thursday morning as it pertains to the high school recruiting trail. Five-star wide receiver Dallas Wilson asking to be released from his paperwork that he signed to play at Oregon. And it sounds like he's going to wind up with the Florida Gators heading into 2025. Not only a massive win on the recruiting trail for Billy Napier in the Florida Gators, I think more importantly, this is kind of immediately what Florida's looking for in 2025. And we don't normally talk about the recruiting trail and how it immediately impacts a team in the 2025 year. Dallas Wilson, to me, he's one of those guys. We've said it all along with Dallas Wilson. He is somebody that can find the football field early at the collegiate level, giving that frame and given that size, and really just given the special talent that Dallas Wilson is. For the Florida fans, y'all know this. We've been talking extensively over the last couple of weeks about, what is Florida trying to get in the transfer portal? They're trying to get wide receivers that look like Dallas Wilson. So not only are you landing a five-star wide receiver that you can build your offense around for the next couple of years, I think more importantly, you're getting an immediate guy that's going to fit like a glove in this Florida Gators offense in the 2025 season. We talk about it all the time. DJ Lagway brings a lot of elite traits to this Florida Gators offense. What's the best part about DJ Lagway's game? What is the part that you're really trying to lean into? It's what he can do throwing the deep ball. Give him a big bodied boundary wide receiver that can go work vertically down the field and go make plays for him down the field. Dallas Wilson, he is that guy. And you start getting into Dallas Wilson, 6'3", 200 pounds, phenomenal physicality at the catch point. The body control and coordination is certainly there. And then you tack on, he runs an 11-second 100-meter dash. You just talk about a sub-11-second 100-meter guy that's 6'3", 200 pounds, that's extremely physical at the catch point. This is what Florida has been looking for in the transfer portal, and they get it on the high school recruiting trail in 2025. Now, does that mean Florida will not be going after any wide receivers in the portal? I still think they will be, but this is a guy that fills an immediate need in this wide receiver room with a type of wide receiver that can work vertically down the field. I think at the end of the day, what you're most excited for is, as college football fans, we get to watch DJ Lagway and Dallas Wilson go to work together for the next couple of years. That's what probably excites me the most. Want to get a little bit more into Dallas Wilson's game. Talk about why I think he can immediately impact this Florida offense in 2025. Now, before we get into it, as always, to the Florida Gator fans, we thought we were done talking the 2025 trail. We are certainly not. The amount of support y'all continue to show it's been amazing. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And to the Oregon Duck fans, we talked about Dallas Wilson a lot. This obviously stings, and we heard a lot of the buzz kind of leading up until signing day about this potential flip at some point. I do think Oregon will just be fine in the wide receiver room with DeCorian Moore still coming in. I want to talk about this from the angle of what Dallas Wilson immediately brings Florida in this wide receiver room. And that's probably where you want to start. You look at some of the best wide receivers on this Florida roster heading into the 2025 year. Obviously starts with Trey Wilson coming back from injury. You also got Vernell Brown, who I just think is another one of those elite caliber separators, slot wide receivers. They're very, very dynamic with the football in their hands. What was Florida looking for? We got the smaller, separating, electric wide receivers. We got that in troves. That is a very talented aspect of this Florida Gators wide receiver room. What I think Florida was looking to add heading into 2025 was the kind of production and kind of pass catcher that Tremere Dike and Elijah Badger were. Some of those bigger bodies that know how to work vertically down the field. To me, it doesn't get much better than Dallas Wilson in this 2025 class, right? 6'3", 200 pounds. This kid is absolutely put together, has been producing at the high school ranks for a very, very long time. And then on top of that, he adds that 11-second 100-meter dash where at the end of the day, find me defensive backs that can run with Dallas Wilson down the field and also compete with him at the catch point with their size. At the end of the day, there's just not going to be that many athletes in the secondary that can deal with the traits that Dallas Wilson brings to the table. You're getting an elite talent that can stretch the field in an offense with a quarterback that's exactly what you're looking for over the next couple of years. And one thing to be at least in my opinion, really excited about is the young talent that's going to be surrounding DJ Lagway over the next couple of years. You talk about Vernell Brown, you talk about Dallas Wilson, you talk about Tank Hawkins. This is the DJ Lagway effect that we've all been talking about. Does Dallas Wilson end up playing for Florida if you didn't see what you saw from DJ Lagway in 2024? No, probably not. What I'm guessing Billy Napier and the staff sold on Dallas Wilson is, look, you're going to come to Florida. You're going to have an elite quarterback that fits exactly what you do best. DJ Lagway probably throwing one of the best deep balls that we see in the country. Dallas Wilson probably one of the better, deeper threats that you see in the 2025 class in the wide receiver position. This seems to be a match made in heaven. And I think most importantly, I don't think you're going to have to wait that long for Dallas Wilson to make an impact for Florida. We've seen, go back to 2024, we see a lot of young wide receivers make immediate impacts. And Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, Cam Coleman. Dallas Wilson, because of how physically advanced he is one of those guys I think can make that transition relatively easy as well. You start diving into just a little bit of the film, and Dallas Wilson, the senior season stuff is a blast to watch. And you kind of see at first why this is a perfect fit. I mean, he just stands out to you on the boundary. You can tell this kid's just bigger than pretty much every defensive back that you put over him. His ability to separate and run away from defensive backs down the field at that size, it's really special. And if you want to try to put hands on him at the line of scrimmage, good luck because of how physical he is. This is what you want. And even if he doesn't create separation and he's just got a little one-on-one down the field, if you're DJ Lagway, he's one of those guys you just throw the football up to and let Dallas Wilson go make a play. I mean, at the contested catch point, because of how big and physical this kid is, it's really, really hard to compete with him at the catch point. Once again, I mean, the burners. We're talking about 6'3", 200 pounds with legitimate burners. It couldn't, kind of routinely just runs away from defensive backs. And then you see adjusting to the football, really, really big catch radius. And one of the things that I like about Dallas Wilson's game is I think it's easy to say he's just a vertical deep threat. And that might just what he'll be as a freshman. There's a lot more in his game that I think he can build off of. You start running through it. I mean, yards after the catch, he's very good athlete for his size. But more importantly, he's just a big guy. He is very hard for defensive backs to bring down. He's going to be bigger than almost every single defensive back that's trying to tackle him. And so you see yards after the catch, the ability to separate at times on the film too. That's probably what excites you the most. But again, this is where he's going to make his money for Florida, especially in that first year. And you start looking at that 2025 class, and it continues to be operation build around DJ Lagway, Vernell Brown, Dallas Wilson coming into this 2025 class, like two wide receivers that complement each other so well. This is exactly how you want it to look if you're Billy Napier and this Florida Gator staff. We see time and time again when you have that elite quarterback wide receiver battery, it can make you such a dangerous team. I think about Dylan Gabriel or Bo Nix with Tez Johnson. You think about Alabama. Think about some of the wide receiver quarterback or pass catcher batteries that you've seen Florida have. When you have that very talented quarterback with a couple of very talented wide receivers, it makes your offense so difficult to deal with. Like as a pure college football fan, I'm looking at this and saying, I just can't wait to watch DJ Lagway get to work with some of this young talent. We'll sign it out there. We'll kind of continue to monitor the story. It's just kind of coming out Thursday morning. Appreciate you guys rocking with it. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.